Leading up to the Carabao Cup final, 1v1 at Blood Gulch. Let's do it. Capture the flag. Let Everton win. Nuge, I would never. I would never. So it's actually been rescheduled for the next day. 1 day shy of my birthday. Love to see it. Love to see it. Let's march on for a little bit here. Yeah, it's not even that late yet. Not even that late yet. We go back to the league. Our last game before the transfer deadline. And we'll be taking on Wolves. Our first team will stay in for the most part. They are fully fit. I feel a little bit bad for our second team at this point, but man, we need to pick up points as much as we possibly can. Wolves are a pretty damn good team. I'm hoping we at least get a point out of this. Or an 87th minute Fabinho winner. What is goaltending and defense? Holy shit. Salah, Nieves, Guedes, Jota, Salah, Hichan, Fabinho. Whew. All right. So that has us in sole possession of first place, only 2 points above Manchester City. Mac, what's going on, buddy? Thank you for the 3 months on the primer. How are you? I've been phenomenal. Whew. Right now, a little bit nervous. Thiago gets suspended for the next game. But before that, it is deadline day. It is deadline day. So let's head over to our transfer hub. And actually, before we do that, let's head back over to our scouting instructions. Were there any other strikers that were found? Doesn't look like it. No, that's a lie. Brian Brabe. I don't know enough about him, though. Ricardo Pepi. The American Ricardo Pepi. Wouldn't be able to bring him in this season anyway. There's also Liam Delap. He's out of City, though, so we wouldn't go after him. Dane Scarlett, who's for Spurs, wouldn't go after him. Joel Gelhard, we could go after, though. Wouldn't go after either of those two. Okay, really quickly. Goalkeeper, we found one that fits the bill. Gavin Bazunu out of Southampton. Wouldn't go for him this season. And then world class or anybody like that has an expiring contract. I really don't want to sit here and check for everybody. But is there anybody? See, the problem is I don't think there's anybody necessarily that we'd want to bring in on a free transfer that would overly help the team. Because the team is pretty damn well established right now. And yeah, nobody that we've looked at so far, despite my information request, nobody we've looked at so far, except for Sergio Busquets, is on an expiring contract. But let's be honest, we need this midfield to get younger, not older. So Busquets is not quite what I have in mind. Yeah, it's not looking too good for the request this year. I think we'll focus a little bit more on it next year. So really quickly then, is there a young striker out of the ones that we have had scouted? And again, Harvey Giles doesn't want to come here. The Harrogate Town legend. That leaves numerous strikers, but if we look at the ones that we actually have info on, it would either be Jorginho Aruta. I guess would it be Elgi or like an Eli, perhaps? Wilfried Gnonto or Matthias Ablin. I don't think we necessarily need to bring in a young striker right now. The idea is if we could find the information in time that we potentially move out Roberto Firmino if necessary. Although I got to be honest, swapping Firmino for Rutter to send Firmino back to Hoffenheim wouldn't be the worst idea in the world. Obviously, love the 5-star weak foot. If it's Wahi, which is what I'm going to go with. I mean, he's got that high work rate, though. He's got that high work rate, though. Out of Montpellier. $12 million market value. $36 million release clause. I think we're okay for the moment. I do think we're okay for the moment. We do have to get Darwin Nunez back into the fold here. To be honest, I kind of forgot about him over the last month, really. The only thing that I'm worried about now would pretty much just be our goals for the season. In which case my popularity rating is apparently not all that great because of the lack of replacing. Expand the club in Asia within 2 seasons. I imagine that would be from signing somebody. We didn't win the FA Cup, so that didn't help. I'd like to think I would get fired after 1 season, though. So let's go ahead. I mean, I think we're okay for this season. I'll be taking Firmino off of the first team bench. But Darwin's not going to be starting. Jota has been absolutely unbelievable. And I don't think we can afford to take him out. It does mean for the second team, though, that Firmino is not even going to be the starter now for that second team. It's going to be Nunez. So things have changed a little bit by running Jota at striker instead of like second choice left wing, but it's been for the better. Only thing we have to do is take Thiago out for this game. Curtis Jones in for him. Henderson on to the bench. And we will sim this upcoming game if need be. If need be. We'll get through the training and then, yeah, we should have the transfer window, right? Yeah. Deadline day. Let's see if anything crazy happens with the AI. Deulofeu back to a Premier League caliber team, perhaps. That's interesting that the rumor thing is new. I'm intrigued to see if anything actually happens. Yeah, I don't think we... well, you know, actually, now that I think about it, a last-second listing of Bobby Firmino to see if there's a late offer. If there is, we pounce on the idea of going after a younger striker. I doubt it happens, but we'll see, because Firmino is Ooh, Inter? Inter might be interested. Wow. Okay, so they hopped in there fast. 34.4 million is the offer from Inter Milan. You get as much as 38.9 apparently. Let's talk this over. Let's talk this over. Because he's just going to end up being that much more unhappy as the season goes on because he's not going to play. So I'm going to propose a new fee of 39 million. There we go. They took it. We get an extra 5 million out of it, but 39 million. And out of nowhere, deadline day transfer perhaps for Roberto Firmino going to Italy, which will break my goddamn heart. But it makes sense for it to happen. Meaning that we need to make a move for a younger depth striker. The problem is, I think these two are probably, honestly, too damn good to be a third choice guy barely playing. We need to look at either Wilfried or Matthias. as that kind of stopgap striker at the moment who won't be that upset about being third choice. So Gnonto is the Gnonto. He is rapid. His stamina sucks. Funny, it's fine. Shot power isn't that good. Honestly, he's a pace merchant. He is an absolute pace merchant. He is better suited on the wing more than at striker. He is just all pace. How good's this guy? He is a little bit taller. Decent pace. Better shot power. Okay. So I'd say that, again, I don't know if it would be... I've actually never heard of this kid before. How do you say your name properly? I wonder. That way, I don't get yelled at. God, he was born in March of 03. I'm fucking old. Jesus, I'm not even 30. I feel goddamn old. This is ridiculous. Absolutely ridiculous. I am looking for a name pronunciation for this kid. I'm looking. But I think he's the guy. I don't know if he'll be the long-term project, but if we can build him up and then flip him out, so be it. But that way, you know, we don't have Firmino just kind of hanging around as the third choice guy, just getting more and more frustrated. Coco, FIFA's pretty damn good, man. I enjoy it every year. How the fuck do I say this kid's name? Somebody tell me. The one thing I hate about the football world is that if you try to look up a highlight reel for somebody, there's never commentary or someone saying the name. It is always just a musical highlight. It would just be Oblin. Okay, I was right then. It would just be Oblin. Coco, it's FIFA helps, man. In terms of learning the sport, FIFA is a great way to do it. We're going to go after this guy. I want a more traditional striker, and he fits the bill really quickly. Let me just mark down the fact that their asking price is 4.4 or 4.5, but 3.65 is what it's talking about. Can we bring him in from France as a safety net if Firmino were to leave? So I'm going to start at 3.5. I'm going to start at 3 and see what he says. Wow, they'll do 3 million with a 1% sell on. Done. The fucking thing's like, yeah, 3.6. I offer 3. 1% of the fee if you move him in the future. All right. So Oblin is ready to join. Another Frenchman. He will be ready to join if Firmino indeed leaves for Inter Milan here. Let's see what happens. Is Bobby gone, or is that deal going to fall apart? Levante have interest in Rudder. That's fine. We don't have confirmation of Bobby Firmino leaving just yet. So her to sell on clause. And again, if anyone has questions, like I am fully aware for my audience compared to playing baseball, basketball, football, hockey, that a lot less people are kind of aware of these systems. Ask away. A sell on clause means if I sell him in the future, if I sell him for, a team buys him for $3 million, then that club that we get him from gets 1% of that $3 million. We get the other 99%. So we're selling him for $3 million now, but we also get a little bit of a kickback later on, no matter when you sell him. Typically, it would be more money than a 1%. That's a video game thing. Wow, they have still yet to seal the deal for Firmino. I'm not bringing in Oblin unless Firmino goes. Is it going to be confirmed? Oblin has walked away. Because Firmino has rejected a move to Inter Milan. All right. Well, Firmino, I tried, buddy, but you will be here for the rest of this season at least. I tried to give you an escape route, and he elected not to come to terms with Inter Milan. And Oblin won't be coming to Liverpool. That is it for the transfer window. So the biggest deal made was indeed our acquisition of Jude Bellingham. No surprise. Correa, Saka. Looks like Arsenal brought in a Saka replacement at least. So a couple of big moves. Varela going to LAFC. But not like these past FIFAs. It used to be fucking absurd, a lot of the moves that would happen like immediately. So that's not that bad. Unfortunately, I mean, it just means we have Firmino, which isn't the worst thing in the world. It just means we have a really good depth player. Can't guarantee you games, buddy. Players go to MLS. Yeah, one just did. One just did. All right, so we can delete these. Oblin, I am sorry it did not happen, buddy. Maybe in the future. All right, we do have our first couple of monthly scouting reports. Crash, you sweet, beautiful man, Drews. How the hell are you? Really quickly. So we do have Yarosh as a third choice goalkeeper next year. Left back, we're good. We got a project in James Norris. A couple of the younger dudes like Owen Beck, Adam Lewis. Center backs, we got plenty of young center backs there. Plenty of young right backs. CDM, we're looking okay. Center mid, we're looking okay. I don't think there's really anything, like any position that I really need to like crucially scout out. Like maybe a prospect. Oh, Coco, yeah. Japanese clubs are in. 100%. Guess you just still have Max Voltman there. Maybe like a young right wing. Yeah, Coco, in terms of, let me go to the office, go to other leagues, because we can do our little update on what's going on. All of these leagues are in the game. So, I mean, Argentina, Australia, I'm obviously not going to name everything. They have 4 English leagues, the 2 top French leagues, the 3 top German leagues. And if I'm not mistaken, the Japanese league is in, unless it got taken out. Oh, don't tell me the Japanese league got taken out. Ooh, the Japanese league might be in eFootball. Oof. You can scout out of Japan, and there are Japanese players, though. You can also create a club. So you could create a team and just bring in all Japanese players. But yeah, unfortunately, Konami is behind FIFA's primary competitors, so they have the rights to the Japanese league. Unfortunately. Actually, really quickly, so who's atop the Premier League right now in our alternate universe? Colchester. 6 points up on Stockport. So Colchester right now, looking like they might win the Premier League. Ligue 1 is FC Metz. 8 points up on the Green Camp. The Bundesliga, headed up by Dynamo Dresden, with the 5-point lead there. Serie A, headed up by Genoa over Palermo. And in Spain, with La Liga, it is Levante up on Alaves. Real team, Coco. Real team. So in the actual La Liga, the second tier. So again, everybody, for those who don't know, what we did is we inverted this. So all the top teams are actually in the bottom league, so on and so forth, to see who can battle back, how fast they can battle back, and to see what kind of effect it has. Sevilla right now is leading League 2, which is actually the top La Liga option. Real Madrid in 6th. God damn. Let's see. Second tier in Italy, Juve up by 11 points on AC Milan. Damn. So Juventus certainly looking like they're going back up to Serie A. In Germany, Leipzig, 4 points up on Bayern Munich. Dortmund also in a decent little spot. And in Ligue 2, Marseille, 5 points up on PSG. Current standings in France. By the way, the championship, Peterborough, looking like they could be going up to the Premier League next season. So let's take a look at our new recruits. You say Leipzig ahead of Munich, LOL, but have you seen the actual Bundesliga standings? Because based off of that, I don't think you have. Where granted, they're only 7 games in, but Bayern's in 5th, and good old Union Berlin's currently in 1st. So let's take a look here. So our first set of speaking of Germany, our first set of German recruits: Mika Hansen, not good enough. Paul Bender, not good enough. Nico Zimmerman, Fitte Klein, you're not good enough. I'm not going to sign you right now. Leon Kuhn. All right, maybe we will sign Klein for the moment, just to play it safe. We'll certainly sign Leon Kuhn. Is there anybody to get rid of? Kean Jenkins. He's definitely out. You got me, not a big soccer fan. Killers, it's all good. Kamal Gupta. We're going to let go of you. We're also going to let go of Sebastian Martin. Enzo Gillet. Again, we are allowed to sign 1 dude. Like I said, maybe 2. Nick Simon. You are gone. Kishore Patel. Like I said, again, we inherited Patrick Heath. I'll probably sign him and 1 other dude that chat found. And right now, Peter Baker, out of the Netherlands, is looking like that guy. Sign Leon Kuhn, and we'll also sign Andre Winter. So a couple of additions from Germany. How did 2K go tonight? I don't want to talk about it. Perkovic and Finland. Ahti Niemi. Not good enough. We had success with Finland once upon a time. Vaino Hamalainen. Definitely going to sign him. Jarno Niemi, not quite good enough. Mikko Hamalainen. Ooh, the Hamalainens. Emil Niemi. And then Kalle Hamalainen. It's literally just Niemi and Hamalainen. Do they not have any other names anymore? And then our final option, South Africa, Labahang Malangu. Unfortunately, is terrible. Dimi Kumalo, also terrible. David Malangu, terrible. Mendy Smith. And Mashengu Shabalala, also not good enough to be signed. So unfortunately for South Africa, not the strongest in terms of talent, but A+ in terms of names. Holy shit. It's just absurd. So we take on Leicester. This should be a win. They sold off some talent at the deadline. Still got Jamie Vardy up top. This should be a W. Let's go. Luis Diaz, Diego Jota, and goddamn Curtis Jones. Whew. Beautiful. He was only in because of the red card to Thiago when he scored. We'll take that. All right, so Thiago is back. Gomez, I'm proud of you. Never forget that, Joe. I am proud of you. Let's go back to our team, though. Thiago, put Jones back on the bench. What a team this is. What a team this is. I just feel bad that Darwin got pushed out of that starting striker spot, but Jota's been unbelievable. God, that looks amazing for Joe Gomez. First team's ready to rock and roll. Let's do it. What do the scoring numbers look like? We can look. We can look. So in the totally not Premier League, Mo Salah leading the way right now. Aubameyang and Foden have both hit 20. Nuge will be happy about 19 goals from Phil Coutinho. A lot of high-scoring players so far here. Damn. Yeah, right now Salah is the league's top scorer. Why'd you choose Liverpool? Favorite team? Yes. Assist leader is wow for Aubameyang, man. 20 goals, 9 assists. That's nuts. Coutinho's up there, though, with 7 assists as well. I'm going to have to bring Coutinho back to Liverpool. Holy shit. Also, Haaland not being up there. He's in 16th with 11. Clean sheet leader, Alisson and Hugo Lloris for Tottenham with 8 apiece. Yellow card leader, Wilfried Zaha with 7. The red card leader, 2 for Sterling, not Raheem. Is Coutinho broken in FIFA? Fucking apparently. Based off of that. Speaking of Wilfried Zaha, we take on Crystal Palace at Selhurst Park, and we fucking smashed them. Let's go. Salah, and Luis Diaz. Our front three is unreal. Absolutely unreal. This is going... Juventus have been in touch. They are apparently unhappy with how little Arthur's been playing while on loan. Concerned that it's hampering his development. They've suggested they'll look at recalling him if the situation isn't resolved. Cool, recall him. You go right ahead. You go right ahead. No problem with that. Arsenal in the league. Our team fully fit and ready to go at the Emirates. Can we defeat Arsenal? Yes, we can. This team's unreal. 2 more goals for Luis Diaz, 1 for Jota again, who has just totally taken over as the starting striker over Darwin Nunez. I don't know what the hell I'm going to do for Darwin here, to be honest. He is just not going to get the playing time that he needs or deserves. Because Jota is the starting striker. It's that or we move Jota elsewhere. We do get an offer for Roberto Firmino that was apparently withdrawn. It was Manchester United. I wouldn't have sold him to United. I didn't even notice the alert about that. And in the league, we take on Manchester City. This could decide the league. We do have a game at hand, but we're 8 points up. They have a game at hand, I should say. Again, it's not a 38-team league or a 38 games played league like the actual Premier League. There's 24 teams, so it's 46. So we still have a ways to go. But, I mean, we're also 16 points up on Spurs. Man, if we can win this, we're going to sim it too, but this is huge. This is huge. Come on. At least get a draw. At least get a draw. Never mind. Win it in the 89th minute. Jota's our striker. I love Darwin Nunez, but man, Jota's our striker. 2 goals for him. He bookmarked and Salah had the one in between, but that's unreal. 3-2. Cancelo with 2 goals for City. We are going to win the not Premier League at this rate, which is insanity. Mo Salah still top scorer. Madrid in for Firmino. I'm not against trying to move on from him still. We're going to negotiate that. Again, Bobby leaving. He's going to be my 3rd choice striker from now on. I might as well get $39 or so million for him. Because it's Madrid, Diego Simeone, I am going to bump that up to $40 million flat and see what they think. And they took it. So I could probably get even more. We'll see if Firmino commits to leaving for Atletico Madrid next season. Painful as it is, I'd rather he go there than to the team that I hope we beat right now. We got offered to coach Ukraine. I'm going to decline it, but still. Oh, can we also beat Manchester United? We beat City. Can we beat United? Ronaldo up top. They got Harry Maguire on defense, though. This should be a win. beat both Manchester clubs in the same week. Salah and Diaz offset a Scott McTominay goal. This is nuts. This is nuts. And we head to the Carabao Cup final against Everton. And the board's still pissed off at me. Apparently I'm under close observation. We're in first in the league, but yes. That's the one thing FIFA needs to add. Turn off firing. It's so stupid.